Today, on Be Something Wonderful, get rich, heal anything, and manifest love by doing nothing but this. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Big video for you today. The question was this: Tom, I just want to get rich, fall in love, and live a long and healthy life. Is that too much to ask? Well, no. But how are you asking? Are you asking from the lack of it? Are you asking from the needing and wanting something to change out there? Or are you asking from the gratitude, the faith and fulfillment of within that is already yours? Remember what Ernest Holmes said. He wrote The Science of Mind. It's a classic. I have the original book. I love that book. It's not about holding thoughts. It's about knowing the truth. Knowing the truth of what? Knowing the truth at your source. Right? Needing and wanting and continuing to in the desiring of it from lack, from non-fulfillment, from separation makes no sense when you know the truth of who you are, when you know that you are source. Remember, there's an unbroken connection of everything you could possibly need and desire flowing to you and through you as you, or you wouldn't desire it. It has to be flowing to you. It has to, remember, a desire cannot exist without its fulfillment. It must be. There's only unity, right? It's an inexhaustible source of riches, of love, of well-being that flows to you and through you as you. But you ask, well, Tom, how do I manifest and physically experience this outrageous abundance, this unseen outrageous abundance of money, love, and well-being right now, instantly? Remember, Ernest Holmes said this: this is not done by holding thoughts, but by knowing the truth of who you are. Let's unpack this like we never have before. Since you are source, not if, but since you are source of all that you need, want, and desire, holding on to anything makes no sense. You're going to go, well, how do I know I'm source? You couldn't desire it unless you were source of it. You couldn't desire it unless it was already fulfilled within you. This is powerful. Here you are, right, in the physical focused experience. But you are all of those things. You're all identities. You're all possibilities. You're all potential to be, do, and have anything you want. You exist in all possible frames or images of reality. You are the center. You are in the vertical. You're the center of all of it, right? Hold on to nothing, as A Course in Miracles says. Hold on to nothing but what? What do I hold on to? Remember, because I said, do nothing, and hold on to nothing except this, but the gratitude and the knowing and conviction of existing as all that is, as existing as I am. Right? Even the idea that you exist, remember what I've said, you could imagine a lot of things. You could imagine anything. You could even imagine your physical transition, but you can't imagine that you don't exist, that you're not I am. You can't imagine that. So trying to manifest money, healing, and love implies that you are not source of it. It implies that you're not already rich, healed, and in love. Do you see it? Like Abraham Hicks says, you can't get there from there. Right? It's already within you, or you wouldn't desire it. And a desire cannot exist without its fulfillment. It's the law of one. It's the law of unity. Right? So this is powerful. Holding on to the imaginal scene of thought, it's not even about that. We hold on to that imaginal scene or that imaginal end with a tight grip, and we look out there to see if it's fulfilled. Right? It's about knowing yourself as source. That's what your desire is implying. You don't have to look out there when you have that scene within you, because fulfillment must exist, right? A Course in Miracles says this: do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before anything. I love that. Before anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands onto God or onto your source. Do you see it? You filled yourself up with all this desiring and wanting and needing and all of these things that you see physically manifested out there. You're so full, right? As the ancients said, empty your cup. Right? You're so full of your own limiting beliefs and all of these conditions and circumstances. Let that all go. Just hold on to the fulfillment. Hold on to the gratitude that you already are it. Right? There you are as all that is, as source. Right? There's an unbroken connection between you and your higher self, between you as the Son of God and the Son of Man. It's unbroken, it's unseen, and it's always flowing to you. But we hold on to these manifested experiences of the past, what's happening in the present, and that hope for the future that never comes. We hold on to that instead of allowing ourselves to stand in the gratitude and the conviction and the faith that we already are that. Right? So let's take a look at this. So, if there is, this is the question. So if there is this unseen, unbroken connection to the source of everything that I could ever want, desire, or dream of. And if it is really flowing to me and through me in every moment, in other words, it's continuously, without ceasing, flowing to you and through you and as you at every moment, why am I not seeing or physically experiencing it? And so what are you really asking here? It's a great question, and I hear it a lot, right? In other words, what gives that outrageous abundance, that outrageous wealth, that outrageous love and health? Substance. Because that's what you're really asking. Right? What gives it substance? How do I realize? How do I know? How do I realize and give substance to this unseen, unbroken connection? And here's the answer. Gratitude. Gratitude. Gratitude because you exist as existence itself, as all that is. It's the gratitude. Gratitude is knowingness. It's the knowing that you are knowing itself, that your awareness itself, that you are all that is. Gratitude creates the absolute, or really invokes, the absolute conviction and faith that what you desire to be and have, you already are and you already possess. In other words, as Wallace Wattles said in The Science of Getting Rich, right? Take possession of it, occupy it. Take possession of it, occupy it. Take possession of that conviction, that faith, that gratitude that you already are that person you desire to be. It's the same thing when the spiritual greats say, occupy or enter that image, that imaginal scene or that imaginal image, as Neville Goddard talks about. Stand in that conviction. That's what that means. Stand in that conviction and absolute faith. Take possession of it. Give it substance, right? That's powerful. So, expressing gratitude and being grateful that you exist as the source of all that you desire, and that you are one with the great I am, God, ultimate reality, the creator, right? First cause, the Father, as they talk about in Scripture. Having that gratitude is an act of faith. It's the very substance of that unseen, unbroken connection and flow of all that you want and desire. The substance of that flow is that gratitude. It's an act of faith. It's the link to that wish fulfilled, to you living that wish fulfilled in your physically manifested reality, and simply having the desire and hope and dreams for it. The link is gratitude and faith. It's the evidence. That's the evidence that it's working. Not this, this is. Right? That's the evidence. Gratitude and faith is the evidence. Right? Your desires and hopes and dreams. That's why in Hebrews 11:1, Neville Goddard and others talk about this. Faith is the substance, gratitude, right, of things hoped for, the dreams that you want, and the evidence of the things not seen. It is the evidence. It's the conviction. Then it must be fulfilled. That's the link, right? That's powerful. I just want to get rich. I want to fall in love and live a healthy life. Is that too much to ask? And as I said, no. You're God, you're source. It's not too much to ask you as source. The question, though, the only question is, how are you asking? How are you imagining? How are you affirming for what you desire, right? And I pointed this out in the classic, The Science of Getting Rich, right? Wallace D. Wattles. I love it. Another classic book that I love. Take possession of it. I love this. He says, take possession of it in mind, in the full faith that it's actually yours. Take possession of it from the conviction that it's yours, right? The man who can sincerely thank God for the things which as yet he owns, only in his imagination. And remember, you're thanking that source within you. You're one with that source. But that source is greater than you, greater than what you could ever consciously imagine or think of or even dream of. It's so much greater, right? But thank God, thank your source. So the man who can sincerely thank God for the things which as yet he owns only in imagination, has real faith. Wow. He will get rich. He will cause the creation of whatsoever he wants. I love this. Flow to you, through you, and as you as source. Take possession of it in mind, in the full faith that it's actually yours. The man who can sincerely thank God, you as source, for all the things which as yet he owns only in imagination, has real faith. He will get rich. He will cause the creation of whatsoever he wants. Wow. That one sentence is worth reading the book just for that. Gratitude, faith, absolute conviction, right? Pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks. It's not asking without ceasing and wanting and needing and desiring without ceasing. It's pray without ceasing. In other words, give thanks. Give thanks without ceasing, right? Feel that gratitude. Take possession of it. That's how to ask and pray. Gratitude, remember, creates or gives substance to that unseen reality, right? It's the faith of that unseen reality. Jesus raising Lazarus, right? Remember, before he was at the tomb of Lazarus, who had been dead for 4 days, right? As I've talked about, right? That after 3 days, there was a belief back then that the spirit would leave the body. So after 4 days, Lazarus was dead. Our dreams, they feel dead. They feel like you just keep dreaming them and hoping for them, right? What did Jesus do? Father, I thank you that you have heard me. Gratitude. Gratitude knowing that the Father always hears you. In other words, I know that I'm source and that I'm always heard. And I know that you always hear me. That's what Jesus says. That's your I am awareness. Father, I thank you that you have heard me, and I know that you always hear me. There's always that, in other words, what's your I am awareness saying here? Jesus says your I am awareness. There's always that unseen, unbroken connection. What I imagine, desire is already mine. It's already a reality. It's always a connection. But because of the people who are standing around, I said this. In other words, I gave it substance. I gave substance to that unseen reality. Right? Because of those doubtful thoughts that I have, that it's not here yet. I gave substance to it. Right? I gave gratitude. I know that you always hear me, but I'm gonna express gratitude again. Right? So that they may believe that you have sent me. Jesus, right here, to give substance to that, he says right here, but because of the people who are standing around, I said this. I said, thank you. But I know you always hear me. I know you don't need my gratitude. I do. I need to know, give thanks for that reality that's already mine. So that they may believe that you sent me, so you may believe that you're one with your own source. That's what gratitude is. It's not a requirement. There's no quid pro quo with God. Gratitude's for you to step in, to take possession of that unseen reality that's already within you. That's powerful. That's the faith and gratitude of a mustard. That's the faith of a mustard seed, right? Do nothing, hold on to nothing but your vision, your image of fulfillment. Make that scene a vision of fulfillment. Make that scene a vision of gratitude, right? As opposed to holding on to the desire through the eyes of lack. Hold on to it through the eyes of fulfillment. Hold on to the fulfillment and let everything else go, right? Not by trying to imagine it all the time, but by taking possession of it. Period. Occupying that identity of whom, for whom and through whom that reality and fulfillment's already real. Pray without ceasing means expressing unending gratitude for your existence as source, for knowing that the truth of who you are, for knowing that gratitude creates the absolute faith, the faith of a mustard seed, and conviction of fulfillment, and gives substance to your desires, your hopes, and your dreams. Wow. That's how, so you want to get rich, heal anything, manifest love? Right? It's not too much to ask. You don't need to do anything. But take possession of it with that gratitude and faith that it's already yours. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We're going to have more content on the membership channel coming, plus a live stream at the end of this month. If you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, check out the link below. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.